What is the #1 best map that you should be playing? For those of you out there trying to rank grind, we're going to break everything down, everything you need to know for you to rank up faster here in 2021. Before we get into it, just a couple quick announcements. We do have a giveaway going on, a OnePlus 7T Pro giveaway. Make sure, if you have not already, I have a link down in the description. Make sure you guys go ahead and follow me on Twitter, seeing as I have been banned on Instagram. For those of you watching this that have not heard, it's right now when I'm making this video, we are at day 26. There's a helicopter outside. So day 26, I've been banned from Instagram. So make sure, if you're trying to get a hold of me, make sure you're following me on Twitter. And of course, I always have the link. People are always asking me in my live streams, Riggs, where can we, do you have a Discord server? Yes, we have over 4,000 members in the Discord server. So make sure you guys get your butts in there. All those links to my social medias and all that are down in the description. So without wasting any more of your time, let's go ahead and break down the maps. One thing that you need to understand, this list, of course, is my opinion. I am an 8-time conqueror. For those of you watching this that did not know, so I definitely know a fair share of rank grinding. What it takes, the time, all that good stuff. So again, take everything I say with a grain of salt. Your list might vary from mine, but again, I'm going to be breaking it down and offering you guys my opinion on where you should be spending your time. For those of you trying to be most efficient, we know how valuable time is, the most efficient for you to be spending your time in this game and to get those points faster. So without a doubt, we're going to break down a few of the maps that I don't think are the most efficient, and I'll quickly, again, without wasting too much of your time, tell you why I don't think they are the most efficient maps to be rank grinding on, or the types of players that you can run into playing on these maps. So #1, and again, this varies. I have done this list before. It was before Livic was released, and I've since kind of changed my opinion, and there, as meta changes, different people play on different maps. So we're going to start off with Sonok. Right out of the gate, Sonok, Vikendi, Miramar, you're often going to be running in to much sweatier players, try-hard players that have better devices that can just plain and simple download the maps. I know it sounds crazy for those of you out there that have high-end devices. Downloading these maps means nothing to you, right? It's just another thing. Oh, well, there's a new update. Okay, got to re-download the maps. A lot of people don't even have what I'll say is a luxury in downloading other maps. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, when it comes to Sonok, at the end of the day, even though it's my personal favorite, that's why I wanted to start off with this map. I love playing on Sonok. On Sonok, I would say more than any other map, you're going to run into not only much sweatier players, but you're going to be running into players that play Sonok only. Like all they'll play is Sonok. Not to mention other people that often aren't maybe like the best players will snake the crap out of this map. You could be in like the 3rd or 4th circle, and you'll just be running, and all of a sudden you just get shot, you're dead, and it pans, and you look at the death cam, and there's a guy just prone in the middle of the grass that ends up killing you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So again, when it's coming down to being the most efficient with your time, it's not going to be Sonok, unless you're playing with like an OP squad, like you're playing with your boys, right? So not going to be the best map unless you're top tier. Same thing that goes with Vikendi. Out of all the maps on this list, I'll rank Vikendi as #1 most sweatiest, most tryhards. I mean, it's insane. Out of all the maps, I would say the best. I mean, we're talking the #1 best players play on Vikendi. So again, when you watching this, if you're watching this video because you want to know what the #1 best map to rank on is, you do get a decent amount of points. Maybe the probably the number 2 for Vikendi. I'd say it's probably number 2 in most points allotted for, getting that chicken dinner, getting, even 7-8 kills, getting that chicken dinner, even getting top 3. You can get a ton of points in maybe 3 or 4 minutes faster than a map like Erangel. It being the 6x6 kilometer. But again, unless you're playing with top tier players, I would say Vikendi, you're going to be running in to people that are absolute lasers. Similar to Sonok, you're going to be getting people that play Vikendi only. It's the only map they play. To put it into perspective, Midas, the number 1 ranked player in Asia, and only God knows how many seasons. If you watched any of his live streams, that's 10 out of 10 times he played, he was on Vikendi grinding it. Those are the types of players that you're going to play, and that's across all servers. So again, Vikendi, if you're trying to rank on, you're trying to get those chicken dinners, the last few squads you run into will probably more than likely eat your lunch. All right, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, we're going to talk about Miramar. Miramar is very, very interesting because it takes the longest to play. Even though it's an 8x8 kilometer, technically, it's the same size as Erangel. Even though it has more landmass, it has less, water and bridges and all these things. It is still technically an 8x8, but there is more landmass. The thing is, if you get into the final circle where it ticks down to where there are no more circles and the blue's just going to close in, you could sometimes get up to a 35-minute match. And you're not going to be allotted that many more points, even if you get the chicken dinner in these matches. So when you're trying to get more bang for your buck when it comes to rank grinding, spending your time the most efficient way, it's not going to be on Miramar. Not to mention, and I'm going to piss off a lot of people because I know there's a lot of people that love Miramar. I have a soft spot in my heart for Miramar. But when it comes to rank grinding, again, similar to Sonok and similar to Vikendi, you're going to get a lot of crazy ass rank grinders, absolute lasers that love rank grinding Miramar. I mean, we're talking, top 100 leaderboard players that you can run into when you're getting up into Crown and getting up into Ace. But unless you're dropping Picado, unless you're dropping Los Leones, even Chumacero, you can throw that into the mix. San Martin is it's damn near Pachinki at this point in time. But unless you're dropping all these hot drop locations, if you don't mind a slower, steady gameplay, maybe that's right up your alley. But if you're into fast, aggressive gameplay, unless you're hot dropping in one of these 3 or 4 locations that I just mentioned, the matches can tend to get, do not be offended if I say this, but they can tend to be very boring. Just because it's such a huge map. You can tend to drop very safely, which can help with your rank grind, but you can get into a 35-minute match. I mean, you might not even get to be able to play 2 matches in an hour. That is tough. So that's why we're going to rank Miramar number 3. Now, the next map we're going to be discussing is Erangel. Now, Erangel being the default map, this one, I would say the majority of people play this map. What's good about Erangel being the default map, you can often get easier matches. What I mean by that is a lot of the sweaty tryhards will often play on the 3 maps that I just mentioned: Vikendi, Sonok, and Miramar. When it comes to Erangel, you often can get easier lobbies, but when it comes to points, even when you're ranking up, Crown 2, Crown 1, you often, even with a chicken dinner, let's say you're getting 8 or 9 kills. Again, there's a lot of RNG, a lot of matchmaking goes into the type of players that you're being matched with in the lobby. That's going to be RNG in the times that you play. That's a video for another day. But sometimes you might even in Crown 1, you get a chicken dinner, you might get like a plus 18, a plus 16. But it could still be a 30-minute match, and that's if you're getting that chicken dinner. So but you can get easier matches. You can get more kills, those types of things. If you're getting double-digit kills in a chicken dinner, you can still get in the plus 20 plus, even for getting top 3, which is really, really nice when you're trying to rank grind. I would say it would probably be, for the majority of people, the best map to rank grind on, just because you can tend to get easier matches. Not all of them, but you can tend to get easier matches, and you can still get a steady number of points, even if you're not getting the chicken dinner. Now that leaves the 5th and final map, which is going to be Livic. This one is probably going to be the most interesting because it's very, very tender. I've been playing a lot of Livic, even though I'm just playing with randoms this season. I've been playing a lot of Livic, and I've learned the map a lot more and what it takes to be successful on the map, which will also be, that we'll be doing a different video covering that. But as far as sheer rank points, now, Livic, I would say there's a caveat that goes with it, but I'm hesitant to say that Livic is probably the number one best map to rank grind on. If there's a big if you're consistently getting top 3. So what I mean by that is, if you're getting even 4th place or even lower, 5th, 6th, even if you're getting top 10s, say you finish like actually top 10 on Livic, you're not going to be getting a lot of points. You might get 1. You might get 2, just because there's 52 players. More or less, if 15 people die, say 16 people die out of the 52, you could be in top 10, which doesn't mean anything because it comes down to survival time with points. So, like I said, there's a big caveat with Livic being the best. If you are consistently ranking top 3, top 2, or you're consistently getting a chicken dinner, say 60% of the time you're getting a chicken dinner on Livic, you will have points coming out of your ears, because you can get, even in Ace, even in Crown, you could be getting a plus 13, a plus 15. So when you think about how many points you can get in an hour, 15, 30, 45, 60, you could be getting up to 60, 70, 80 points in an hour playing Livic. Now again, that's if you're getting a decent amount of kills. We're talking 8+ kills, and you're consistently finishing top 3. Livic, you will not get more points in an hour than what you can get on Livic. But a lot of sweats, a lot of tryhards, and a lot of rank grinders have also figured this out. So you can often get very, very difficult lobbies. So if you're playing with a good squad that enjoys playing Livic, that fast, aggressive gameplay, style gameplay, you will be very, very successful on this map, and you will get tons and tons of points. It's a toss-up between Erangel and Livic. If you had to ask me today, I would say Livic is the number one best map to rank grind on, but with those caveats. If you're finishing consistently in that top 3, top 2 spot, and you're getting a decent amount of kills. If not, Erangel still to this day is probably the best map to rank grind on. And again, the other maps also have their own caveats. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this list of the best map to rank grind on. Let me know what you think, what your opinions are. How was I off the mark? Am I dead on? Let me know down in the comment section. Again, follow all my socials. Follow me at my socials down in the description, Discord and Twitter. But and check out the live streams on Trovo. But until the next video, this has been Riggs from Riggs Gaming.